So hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. And guys, recently the NABARD examination results have out. So it gives me a great pleasure to welcome Mr. Kratarth Patwa, who has recently cleared the NABARD grade examination. So first of all, Kratarth, congratulations from me and from all the aspirants who are preparing for this examination.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And has the feeling sinked in now?
Yes, it's been a long journey because it's my fifth attempt and probably the last. So it's like a sigh of relief for me at
Uh,
last.
I think this is a very, my first question will be starting from this point only, that you are saying it's your fifth attempt. So what
Yes.
actually is the thing that you started, and tell us about this journey of these 5 attempts, that how these attempts help you, what actually the thing, how, what was your background and how this thing happened to you? Because 5 साल आपने लगाए हैं एक examination के लिए, this is a really long journey. So tell us about this journey.
Yes, actually, I'm a UPSC aspirant from humanities background. I have done my MA Political Science and BA Political Science from Hindu College, Delhi University. And since then, I'm preparing for UPSC. But I have to take a side plan B also. So I've surveyed all exams, the syllabus of that, and I found that NABARD is a bit close to the UPSC syllabus, not close, but a subset kind of thing. And I know about the organization from my father's side that he worked in the water resource department, the state government. So I have a knowledge that this is a good organization also. So I also prepared along with it. But the early 3 4 attempts were not that much serious. It's always the plan B for me. It was only this year when I not able to clear the UPSC prelims. It's like I have to do this now. And earlier I'm also reaching the final stage, the interview stage 2 times also in this exam. So it's like that. This is my kind of exam. I should concentrate on this rather than wasting my time entirely in UPSC. So it's like marta kya na karta. So I just for 6 months I just prepared this exam only, and at last I cleared.
Okay, so Karat, as you're talking that you are giving UPSC examinations along with the NABARD examination. So this is a, I think I just want to ask, because there are many aspirants who are appearing for this examination, but there is a dilemma here, that how, because somebody are some, there are some candidates who are appearing in multiple examination. I'm not talking about UPSC, they are appearing in multiple examination, and this is a
Yes.
very very important dilemma that is always there, कि मैं इसको pick करूं या इसको pick करूं. As you already have said कि मैंने जब पहले 2 attempts दिए थे, I was not that much serious. It was this time when I had this thing. So what should be the thing that you want to guide the students on that perspective, the dilemma of when they are in the middle of this thing? Because yes, exam pressure is there, job pressure is always there, and you are in a dilemma of which exam to give. What should be the preparation strategy that you have learned from your experience?
Yes, after taking all syllabus and the exam, after knowing about all types of exam, you should decide on what your strength and weakness is. Like my weakness is the reasoning and maths. So therefore, I know in this NABARD, it's now it's qualifying, and earlier also it's just 20 marks reasoning and quant is not too much, and this RBI has much weightage in that. So I know I can't clear that one. So the strength and weakness should be there. Also interest, like some has interest in finance and economics, so they should go for CB and RBI without any due. But I have interest in agriculture, although I'm not in agriculture background. But because I am from humanities, I have some inclination towards it. And from UPSC also, I know about that. There's another way to serve the country, serve the rural people. So therefore, I have interest. So I go for NABARD. So this is how you can sort out your dilemma.
And I think one thing that you have mentioned is that you are preparing for UPSC. आपने बोला कि मुझे लग रहा कि NABARD was quite relatable to the syllabus that I was seeing. But I wanted to know that you might at some time point of time, the dilemma that you have just discussed, I thought that NABARD syllabus is quite relatable. So that's how I approached that thing. But then also when you're simultaneously preparing the examination, okay, and it is a very important thing because UPSC is quite on an analytical perspective, you have to do a lot of things. NABARD, whereas it is on a factual need, that the many things are being asked in the examination. And when you have given the earlier 3 attempts, the starting 3 attempts, so what was your learning? One, it generally hit you that this is the time, okay, I have to be very much focused on my plan B also, because the thing is agriculture is again something which is something new which we generally are not reading in the examinations of UPSC and from the past 2 years, even the pattern of examination of NABARD has completely changed. So when
Yes.
it gives you a push के अच्छा अब descriptive आ गया तो अब तो बहुत ज़्यादा chance हो जाएगा इधर.
Yes, it was in 2021 the pattern that got changed, and like in RBI that descriptive was introduced. So I got that my UPSC preparation will not gone to waste. And actually, I used that. I have created 75 plus model answers which are based on my earlier UPSC. I have just sorted out what the GS3 syllabus, GS1 syllabus, which was similar to the ESIART. And I also used the model answer from the selection package of your EduTap, and also other institution also for the some extra syllabus like animal husbandry is there, which is not in UPSC, social forestry kind of thing. So I just made a model answer for every topic according to the syllabus, and through typing practice, adequate typing practice, through touch typing actually, I done this the descriptive preparation.
बट कृतव एक चीज तो बहुत मुश्किल होगी जब आपने when you let go UPSC, because I know the candidates who are preparing for UPSC, they are very emotional towards UPSC, and
Indeed.
then for this examination also you are preparing this, you have been giving this examination from the past 5 years, and you said कि मुझे पता था जो मरता मरता क्या नहीं करेगा कुछ तो करना ही पड़ेगा. तो my first point is that you have discussed about how UPSC helped in your NABARD preparation. But what is the other source of motivation? Because when you were preparing for the examination like NABARD, so कौन सा ऐसा टॉपिक था या कौन सी ऐसी चीज थी जिसको आपको देख के लग रहा था कि I can bet on this thing. This is my strength, and I should focus here more. Yes, there are some topics which might be ending up in my weakness. If I give you an example, it can be agriculture, because we are not, and you are from humanities background, so we are not that much inclined to the agriculture as a background or as a topic that I mentioned in the ERD. So what was your approach then? That have you prepared ARD earlier also, because that might help you this past 5 year experience, or it was just a thing that this time you thought कि no, थोड़ा सा strategy change करना है और ये topics पे ही focus करना है.
Yes, this time my strategy is mock test based. So I have given for phase one 30 plus mock tests, for phase two 32 mock 30 plus mock tests, and also mock interviews too. So this is and I take mock tests very seriously. Just giving mock tests and then closing that one and reading like a PDF, but I don't use that. I take seriously. I make a note of the question which I have not attempted, and also which I attempted wrong. So I make that questions in a register, and also this helps me in revision time. Therefore, so this is actually very helpful also in phase one. This also make you to realize your strength and weakness. So time management is the key in phase one. So this helped me in that case in this time, because in earlier time I used to learn according to syllabus, but now I use that should do something differently, because it's also get boring like reading all this from notes. So I've done mock test based.
So this is a very important point for all the aspirants who are preparing. He has made a very important point, Kratarth, that guys, mock test is a key here. And one very important point that he has mentioned is do not start reading the answers. If you have attempted a mock test, because I can get from this is analyzation is one thing very important. Because if you are not analyzing, then it can really cost you in the examination, because there will be a lot of aspirants who are giving mock tests. But one thing that you might learn from him is analyze the things where you are making mistakes. We always say analyzation is the key. It's not just reading a thing that can help you, but I'm getting it right now, that analyzation is the one thing that is important for the examination.
I also want to add that, because this time the question, if you see that, evaluate that in phase one, the question is of definition side, like what is definition of organic farming, what is definition of community forestry, and so this could only be understand if you have done mock test and you have done earlier the phase two preparation before phase one, because syllabus wise you only understand definition and the concept. So I think whoever is setting the paper is taking some cue from the UPSC, so they are making the question like analytical also and conceptual in nature, not just trivial facts mug up kind of thing.
So I think you have all the UPSC aspirant, you have cherished them that yes, the paper is going on analytical side. और जो बच्चे अभी स्टार्ट करे तो उनको तो आपने एक बार डरा दिया कि अच्छा एनालिटिकल भी पढ़ना पड़ेगा, पूरा न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग सब कुछ करना पड़ेगा. बट Kratarth, I just wanted to ask you that when you started preparing agriculture as a topic, I say, because when I talk about you are preparing for an examination which is quite अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस थिंग, और एग्रीकल्चर बहुत टेक्निकल है. जैसे आपने बोला कि माय फादर इज इन वर्किंग इन दी वाटर रिसोर्स डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ द स्टेट. सो हाउ हैज योर फादर हेल्प्ड यू इन दिस sort of preparation in agriculture? So what was the thing है, क्योंकि मुश्किल तो हुआ होगा. It's not an easy task from a humanities background to read these technical terms, naming. So what was the thing, यहाँ पे आपको क्या difficulty face करनी पड़ी?
Here I was relying on the institute's work. Their like EduTap selection pack is there of topics of agriculture, renewable husbandry, and all. And I in mock test also used to write like technical terms like gestation period and all. And because I have attempted 2, 3 times, 4 times, it get in my head. So whenever I see the 110 days, so gestation period is a pig, so that just got in my head now.
Okay, okay.
It
So
actually give me some relaxation because I don't like a government scheme reading continuously. So agriculture actually interested me, like technical terms, although not very much, but yes, it get a different kind of thing. So yeah, I do that.
तो यहाँ से आपको देख के ना, आई जस्ट रिमेम्बर्ड वन थिंग दैट इफ यू लव समथिंग ना, देन यू स्टार्ट एंजॉयिंग एंड यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड द थिंग इन अ बेटर वे. So
Yes.
I think this is the thing that you are mentioning here, that you started enjoying agriculture, so then so it can become an easy thing for you also. Now, Kratat, if I talk about the examination, so see, in phase one, yes, in 2021, as you said, that the examination pattern changed. So it really motivated you because you might be feeling that it is related to in relation to UPSC. Yes, there were non-merit sections which are right, quant reasoning. So what was your strategy for those also? Then we'll be coming to merit section. But what was your strategy for these topics like quant, reasoning, English? What was the thing that you mentioned here?
Yes. Again, mock tests were the key for qualifying section also. And this is because you have to do time management in phase one. You get 200 questions to be in 120 minutes, and NABARD is giving you 8 sections to play. It's all in your side now how you will play that. So in that case I have taken many mocks of the merit section and also qualifying section, the combined full mocks, and I realized what my strengths and weakness are, and these are very much important in the qualifying section because you need not to attempt every question, you have to play on accuracy. So for instance in English, my weakness is para jumbles and error spotting, so I used to do that afterwards. And similarly in some puzzles I am not good, like n number of in a straight line, I'm not good in that, so I know that this is good, I am need not to attempt that. So this is through mock test only. If you keep going on giving mock test, you have to know the strength and weakness, and then you do the time management. And what I in time management, what I do is giving 45 minutes to merit section first, and then the rest to the qualifying section. And also you have to use that mark for review very judiciously. In qualifying section you need not to use that because you will attempt what you know, but in merit section you can use it judiciously, a minimum, so that at the end you arrive at the right answer, the right option.
Okay. So I think this is a very smart strategy for all the persons who felt that QR, I'm very weak in QRE, and NABARD is here for us. But there also he has said a very important point with all of us is, guys, that practice mock test, because mock test can give you an idea कि अच्छा, and play on your strength. This is a very important point that Kratarth has mentioned. Now when I come to merit sections, so one thing you have discussed, you started liking ERD in your fifth
Yes.
attempt, you started liking and you felt okay, I'm comfortable in that. One thing to that you have mentioned. Now coming to the second two sections, GA and ESI, and these are the sections actually in merit section which are highly dominated by current affairs, and they are not common current affairs. Like if I talk about the things, like they are little bit in a factual based also, the questions are being asked in the examination. Some things are related to appointments that have been asked, which we generally are not going that much in depth in the preparation of, I can say, civil services examination, not state services examination. So what was your strategy for those things, that how you made के इस पे focus करना पड़ेगा?
Yes, for that, first I have made the notes of my mock test. So I revised those. And I also, before the exams, I used to watch the marathon series of EduTap and the PDF there. I used to run them randomly and all. So it's a good revision also from an MCQ point of view. And this has helped in the GA for me because I have not prepared GA as such, like banks and all kind of thing. GA I have not prepared, and also GA is very much surprising question also comes in that. Like I remember one question in 2021 about Kalpana Chawla
Yeah.
and the Challenger one. So no one can prepare that. It's not in news also, but I have some understanding from. It's just my interest. I have know that answer. So yes, you can have the marathon series. You can watch, and your mock test will again help here, and your phase two preparation will also help here. Actually, in ESI and ART. Yes.
Okay. So first of all, the really thanks to you, Kratarth, that about the marathon sessions that you explained. So we are really thankful for that, that these really helped you in the examination. But as you're talking about marathon sessions, so what should be the judicious strategy here also? Because there will be a lot of students who are watching the sessions from other sources, they are watching the videos, but the thing that you are mentioning is one thing that I wanted to know from you is how judiciously we should use these things, because you are getting the session, you are getting the PDF, but उसको better utilize कैसे करना है, उसके बारे में अगर आप students को guide करो, okay, because there are many students who are following this thing, they are watching the sessions, they are going through the PDF, but then what should be the other important thing that they should always keep in mind when they are going through these things?
I think you can make note of something, but however, this is a revision time. So you just glance through that marathon session there, and also your own revision notes. So nothing new you can do it. You can just practice the mock test, and at last just see as a revision an MCQ format, so that the this gets set in your head while attempting question. You came to know about how to eliminate answers, or the figures automatically come in your mind, like MG Narega 73,000 crore is allocated. So this kind you help to nurture your brain, to set your brain in the exam.
Okay, so we have discussed about GA, we have discussed about ART. Then the thing that you're discussing about schemes now. Now let me bring this thing to the ESI section. ESI section, as I always say, there is always a dilemma of what to read in static, what to read in current, and is it if it is dominated by current, then what should be the strategy that how we should approach the current for ESI? So what was your strategy there? That what you made it clear in your mind that इतना month पढ़ना है और यही ही पढ़ना है यहाँ से.
Yes, I have done 6 months. I prepared 6 months current affair, and source for newspaper I have used is Business Standard, and also in that I used to write keywords there like NABARD or rural development or animal husbandry, cow, pig, sheep. Any news from that, if I got, I can use that. So this kind of, and I learned from multiple sources and again relied on mock test only because I want to revise that only, not to get crumble all sources. I have very bad habit of data mining, which I used to in the earlier attempts. So just collect the free material. But this time I have said that only mock test and just limited sources I will prepare.
So this is a very, very important point that he has just mentioned is piling up the sources, because I can see there are many aspirants who here who should learn from him that guys वही चीज देखो उन्होंने अपनी he has taken from his mistake. He's saying that we generally pile up the source, and it I can see it creates a sense of creates a sense of mental pressure also on you, because when you have this much sources that you have piled up, you always keep on thinking how can I read this thing.
The thing is that in every year, just folders are increasing. 2018, 2019, 2020. Other people celebrate New Year. I just add one more folder in my preparation. So that's what I need to
No,
change.
but that is something I think that from your experience that you have that is a very great learning that you have taken from your experience also, that you said that now which is बहुत हो चुकी है, let me stick to one single source, let me practice this, let me revise this can really help me in clearing the examination. So my next thing is Krata, that you discussed about phase one examination, that this is the thing that you have followed. Now coming to the phase two examination, and this year the questions even in objective they were not easy from the agriculture part of, if I talk about, they were asked, I think handling questions were asked, which is not a general topic of agriculture that is being asked. So because being from a non-agriculture background, so what was your approach that yes, these kind of questions are there, and it because it always create a mental pressure also कि agriculture question है and agriculture students might know this thing. This is always a dilemma which is always there in a non-agri background aspirant. It is a question of agriculture. Agri person has an advantage. I do not have this advantage. So, what was your point of action at that point of time? How you handle these kind of questions in the examination?
Yes, I also alienated और delineated that, और मैंने मतलब छाट लिया था कि कौन से ऐसे टॉपिक हैं जो प्रॉब्लम कर सकते हैं मुझे एग्रीकल्चर में, लाइक इन एनिमल हस्बेंड्री और पोल्ट्री, एंड इवन पोल्ट्री some model bankable projects are there. So I just not attempt that. I play on accuracy there, so concentrate on what topic I can try there. And so in the descriptive in objective of the phase 2 also, you can play on accuracy there. Even here also I just attempted 22 question out of 30. So I just not attempted those ARD. And even the ARD, the people which have agriculture background have some different kind of a disadvantage there, so they would also feel like that. So don't think about this disadvantage, just play your strength and minimize your weakness. That's the key only.
ओके, नाउ इज अ थिंग दैट आई वांटेड टू आस्क यू, जहाँ पे आपने बोला कि मेरा माय एक्सपीरियंस प्लेड अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल, दैट इज डिस्क्रिप्टिव आंसर राइटिंग. You have given the examination from past, you are practicing, you are preparing for UPSC, and this year if I talk about the answer writing for NABARD examination, so how is it different from UPSC answer writing, the answer writing in NABARD? And my second point here will be that what should be the what are the hindrances which generally we always say UPSC candidates have advantage, but they also have some kind of hindrances. उनके पास भी कोई ऐसी चीजें होती हैं जो उनको नहीं आती, जो कि शायद जो नॉन यूपीएससी बैकग्राउंड है उसको ज्यादा बेनिफिट करे. तो आप दोनों चीजों बताओ, व्हाट इज द एक्चुअल थिंग दैट जनरली हैपेंस हियर.
Yes, in answer writing, the problem is that in UPSC we can depict it from various charts and all, because it's in paper and pen mode. But here you have to type, and also interface is not user friendly. So thing is that here I used to do not underline, but use capital letters. So definition I can write in capital letters. I can use headings and subheadings there. And the key is that typing. You have to have a good typing speed. So I used to learn touch typing there, and still, and you need not to write 600 word, 400 word. You can write 400 word for 600 word and 250 words about for 400 word, but that should be a complete answer. 250 word incomplete answer and a 250 word complete answer. In that 250 word complete answer will fetch you more marks. So you have to prepare strategy for that also. And yeah, different from UPSC is that again, the way you present your answer, you have to be more factual here. And actually, you can write more, because in UPSC there's a limit of 150 words, 250 words. So here you can write more. So use some relevant examples also, because in the this is the age of AI. Now we know about Chat GPT also. So if you give a human touch to your answer, like using of quotes or the relevant recent example, like Joshimat example, there you can use in an environment disaster kind of thing in essay. So this will fetch you more marks. And also in essay, if I want to share that, I used to write in a very question answer kind of format, in the page break or paragraph break. So like for example, e-mobility is a topic. So it started with a quote, then give definition, and right, I at the last of the paragraph I will write, so this is the definition, so what are the benefits. Then in the second paragraph I will, for continuous flow, I will write the benefit, and at the last I will say, okay, these are the benefits, so what are the hindrance for e-mobility, then the right hindrance. So a continuous flow should be there. So this is the writing practice. I used to also use mock test, and EduTap mock test. I have given 5 with them, and I've got a timely evaluation also. So this also helped me. So you have to practice. This is the key there, like this.
Okay, so as we are talking about the mock test, Kratarth, I just wanted to, and you have talked about evaluation. So this is a very key thing. I just wanted to ask you, there will be some aspirants, okay, who are writing some answers. Okay, so how basically evaluation is playing an important role, because when you got evaluation from the evaluators of our from our organization also, how they changed your perspective, because you are writing answers from 5 years. It's not that you are new to the answer writing. You have been writing answer and you know that what should be the structure here, but then also how these things helped you. बिकॉज कई स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं जिनको लगता है कि वी आर राइटिंग, वी फ्रॉम यूपीएससी बैकग्राउंड, दे माइट बी फीलिंग कि यस वी आर राइटिंग आंसर, वी आर राइटिंग द आंसर्स फ्रॉम पास्ट 3 to 4 years एंड वी नो what to write. But then what is the role of evaluation here when you write the answers?
Yes, you come to know about what you are missing in your answer. That like in many summary sheet, the written in notes, the evaluator has written that you can add this much thing. So value addition, I have got from that. So and I make note of that. What can addition I can write. So in this way, I think evaluation do help you.
Okay. So now we have talked about all the examination perspective, Kratat, but one important thing that before I talked about the strategy for interview, but that I personally wants to know is what makes you feel motivated for this past 5 years when you're preparing for this examination? Because when you have entered in the interview, they might have asked you this kind of thing, okay, you are preparing for this examination from past 5 years. What keeps you motivated? So that I personally want to know what keeps you motivated, that yes,
Okay.
this is the thing I have to do.
Yes, although the interviewers didn't ask that, but yes, what keep me motivated this year per se is the football World Cup was going on, and I have given motivation from the Messi only because it's in fifth attempt he has become champion, and also one song of Shakira, the La 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 song. In it, a quotation is there that is it true that you want it, then act like you mean it. So I have made a printout of that. I don't do like this, but I this line I just like it, and I take a printout that and print it on my wall. So it's like I have to mean it what I wanted, and so this kept me motivated. So exterior sources do motivate you in this
I
sense.
think we should call Messi also for you that yes, guys, but you is the one person who made me also, because this is a very important thing when he won the World Cup and many people were admirer of him, that yes, at last he has done this thing. And what are the, because you have talked about your passion, your hobby about footballs, you are watching about these matches, and that keeps you motivated. But other than that, my other point of thing is that because at this point of time, family sport is also very important. Because when you are working for the examination, when you are preparing, and sometimes it is a point, there is a low point also when you are going through this thing. तो कौन सा ऐसा पॉइंट था जब आप बहुत लो, यू वर एट वेरी लो, that what to do, and then the family suddenly comes and that you said, okay, okay, let me do this thing now.
Yes, in June itself, when the UPSC result was out, that was really I feel low. I don't know what to do. I'm unemployed there, and this will be my last attempt. Even I'm searching for doing PhD and all. I have JRF, so even I didn't get any institute there. So I just even go to career counselor there. So what to do? I really don't know at that time. Yes, family supported me economically. They supported me. I even got a VIP treatment during exam, getting meals on time and tea on time there. So yes, that kept me moving there. And I decided that this NABARD an opportunity come in July. So I decided, yes, this is my exam. I should do everything I can do. I purchased courses, whatever I've done, never done earlier, I have done this time. And to do some mock test also for interviews, also mock interviews. Even I've done self mock tests. So every kind of thing, what can I can do, I have done this time.
And this is a very important thing, Gata, that you have mentioned, that you were in your low, you were going to counselors also, that what should be my right thing. You were discussing a lot and lot of things. Now, this is the thing is that when all the things are going into your mind, so what is the point of, one thing is your concentration towards the examination, but keeping all the things behind and then preparing for this examination. So what was the thing that you felt कि अच्छा ये एक push मुझे मिल गया है, along with the examination you got a push, but what is the other also thing that you always keep yourself, एक तो मैसी हो गए, your inspiration for the examination, what are the other things you want to tell to the other candidates also who just go through the same thing, they are being giving the examination, they are not clearing the examination, so what should the things that they should also do, they should keep focusing on that thing?
I think they should find what kind of exam is suitable for them. There's no use of giving SSC also and IBPS also, giving UPSC also and then RBI also, because yes, there are plan A for UPSC. Everyone wants that, but there should be also plan B. But you should focus and differentiate at the time when your plan B should become your plan A, and analyze yourself. Give you can give multiple exam, but there should be some strength there, and also your interest area. That my agricultural development is interest me more than finance and economics. Like that, you can differentiate your strength and weakness and go whatever you do. Just give your 100% in that. That's the key. And don't mix up the exam cycles too much, because you can't ride on two boats. So that's what I want to say.
So thanks, Kratarth, for guiding the students on this perspective. Now let me talk about the final stage of the examination, that is the interview. So how was your interview? Tell us about your interview. How was the interview going on, or what are the key things that the students can learn in the interview?
Okay, the interview this time I was lucky that the panel was repeated from the last year. So they know me, I know them.
ओके,
So yes, they
तो सोने
recognize
पे
me.
सुहागा हो गया, मतलब आपको उनके बारे में पता, उनको आपके बारे में पता है.
Yes, I know them that they are the kind of no nonsense kind of panel. They don't ask much on your biodata. For me, they have just two questions they have asked, that introduce yourself and what the different you have done this time. And then they keep on doing the technical things about NABARD. Even they have done my organic farming kind of thing, why it's costly, and balance sheet question, the supervision question. And I want to thank Mr. T. Raja of the interview panel of EduTap, because he actually helped me in the supervision function of the NABARD. And that the whole I repeated in my real interview, as one panel asked about the supervisory function. So I want to thank him for that. And yeah, in my interview was not as good, but it was still above average, because the chairman has given me some hard time there. Um, I remember he used to jump over every time there to interrupt the even the other panel there. And even one debate was also building up over the question of borrowings. But I realized that I should not debate much there. So I've said that, okay, sir, I'm sorry, I have little knowledge of this topic, and I will come again and I will go and have knowledge of that. So he smiled, and I think it's a kind of way they check our integrity. So you need not to answer every question. It's how you present yourself and you accept your mistake. The most difficult thing in our service is to accept our mistakes. So I think they may look for that. So this is how you should approach interview. Be calm, compose, and respect them. This is the key.
Okay, so as you are saying that the interview panel was repeated and they have grilled you, because I can see from that that there is a little bit of grilling that has gone on.
Yeah,
But what should be the point at that, as you have mentioned, that what should be the thing? Calmness is one thing, but then also there is always a fear that at that point of time, because यहाँ पे अब लग रहा है कि नहीं आसान है काम बैठो, but वहाँ पे इंस्टिंक्ट्स गोइंग ऑन एंड इट इज अ वेरी हाई इंस्टिंक्ट कि नहीं नहीं सर, सर बोल रहे हैं, पता नहीं अब गलत हो गया या ये हो गया. सो व्हाट शुड बी द थिंग, हाउ यू मेड योरसेल्फ काम के ओके आई, एज यू वर मेंशनिंग अबाउट द डिबेट के वी गॉट इनटू अ लिटिल, देन आई थॉट कि नो नो, लेट मी स्टॉप हियर सर, आई एम रियली सॉरी फॉर दैट. सो व्हाट इज द पॉइंट ऑफ एक्शन दैट स्टूडेंट्स शुड थिंक एंड दैट पॉइंट ऑफ, और किस तरह उस चीज को हैंडल कर सकते हैं?
they should first listen the question very well, what has been asked, and you can repeat them also. The problem is sometimes come the technical glitches is also there. But when debate is building up, sometimes they just want to hear sorry from you, like that how you will sorry, you will make them realize your mistake there. So if like the question of borrowings, I brought profit into the place, and he is asking, NABARD is a profitable organization, and how will you justify your point then? So I come to know that okay, he is want to get into that, want to get deeper into this question. So that's the point I know that I have to say sorry to them and to learn again there. So that's you should understand.
I think this is a very smart point that is made is yes. First of all, first point here is to understand a thing, and smart work is instead of just going into the flow, it's better when you came to a thought that yes, it can linger on. It's better to end the thing here and then start with the next question, because
Like
they also,
situational awareness should be there.
yes. Okay. So what are the other things, guys? Other thing. Prathat, that you want to share with the aspirants? So you have shared your journey of UPSC, you have shared your motivational journey with the students, but what other points you want to tell to the students that they should always keep on working? Because many aspirants, I always used to talk, which have a same story that you have told. I got to think कि बहुत बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो कि they are preparing for multiple examination, they are getting demotivated by not clearing the examination. So what would be your message to the thing? You have conveyed a lot of things within the interview session also, but what would be a last thing that you want to tell to the students? What should be the thing here?
I think first thing is you have to take this exam seriously. This exam is very underrated, and the organization NABARD is also very underrated, always in the shadow of the RBI. But it's a good organization, and the exam is also doable. But you have to take it seriously. So I want to say to aspirants that just before the expected notification, you start prepare in advance. Ki, take the syllabus of it and go through the previous year questions, and then start first phase two for a few days, and then phase one. And after phase one, also don't indulge in the cutoff prediction and all. Just know where you stand, and if there is 50% chance also, you just go on preparing that, and don't mix up the exam cycles of other exams, because this will divert you from this exam. So then after phase one, prepare phase two, and after phase two, then go for interview and give as much mock as possible, because this will make you know about your strength, weakness. It will make your time management and also make you practice, and at the last you will live the moment 30-40 times before the actual interview or actual exam, so to raise your confidence, and then you can clear it eventually.
So thanks a lot, Kratarth, for guiding the students, and I wish you all the best for your future, because
Thank
this
you,
is a
sir.
very hard journey that you have lived from the past 5 years. And I think it is a very famous saying that when you're doing something patiently and at the end you achieve something, जो आपको उस पेशेंट का जो फल होता है ना, सब्र का फल मीठा होता है, तो वही एक प्राइम एग्जांपल हो आप उसके बहुत बड़े. And one thing I have wanted to ask is, now what about UPSC? So are you thinking about that also now? What will be the future perspective now?
Not for this year. I want to learn many things in NABARD only. But then maybe for the last attempt, still the love for UPSC is there. So maybe for the last time I can give it. But right now I'm in NABARD only. I'm focusing on my work.
Okay, so wishing you all the best, Kratarth, once again from me, from the whole EduTap family, and from all the aspirant family who are preparing for this examination. And thank you for guiding all the aspirant. They will be learning a lot from you, from the points that you have mentioned. And I hope many students who are in the dilemma of the examinations, preparing for UPSC and NABARD, and the most important thing is कि नाबार्ड को सीरियसली कितना लेना है, वो सारा पॉइंट आपने बच्चों को बहुत अच्छी तरीके से समझाया है. सो अगेन थैंक यू फ्रॉम द बॉटम ऑफ माय हार्ट.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
ओके, बाय बाय.